Hola, LCPs. Hello everyone. Welcome back. I hope you are enjoying another day of CEO Summit. Here we are in the keynote for aspects of coaching. And before starting, I want you to see how are you feeling today after that many days in CEO Summit from 1 to 5. I want to see it in the comments. Let's see how is the mood. And meanwhile, you write down. I will see checking. How are you feeling? One is I'm really tired. I want just to sleep. And 5 is I'm feeling amazing. I'm learning a lot. So Ruben is feeling 5. Maria as well. Eric as well. Great. I love the mood. I hope you are still like this when you finish the summit. And I'm Ana Garcia, and I'm MCVPOD right now in Ecuador. So yeah, this is me. I'm seeing still some more comments. There is a 5. There is tips of the session. Another side of your role as LCP. You will see during these days that you have a lot of sides of the LCP role. So you need to be the leader of the team. You need to be the manager or the people that is like the face of the entity. So today we will talk about another side of your role. And this side is everything related with coaching. So we will understand what it means, the concept of coaching. And then inside it, we will understand 4 aspects of it. And then at the end, I would like to ask you, how goes on meanwhile you are doing your LCP term. Okay, so this will be this. We will talk firstly about why the LCP is a coach, why the LCP has this role with their EV, with their LC, with the rest of the people that is managing. Firstly, we need to understand which is the current. Of course, you are not entering into the most comfortable or best situation ever, because we are facing a global crisis. We are in a pandemic that is actually making us to adapt really fast and to understand how much impact it can have only one virus inside our daily life. But also, this situation is complemented with another situation that we've been living mostly in the last years, that is all the development of technology, because we are living in the days that the technology is advancing really fast. So we need to adapt as well to this technology. We need to be them, right? And also something that we are facing is the change on consumers' needs. So we are seeing that the people and mostly the generation is changing their needs, their skills, the things that they want to. So we as LCPs, we need to understand how to adapt our LC in the fastest and better way to ensure that we are not left behind. And mostly the thing that the most common word used this year is uncertainty. We are facing a times that we don't know what will happen next year. We don't know what will happen in 2 years, because we are facing this situation. But still, LCP needs to face them, needs to understand how to adapt, and mostly needs to coach the people to understand how they can use their own skills and their own strengths to adapt other people through learning. We don't say we don't tell the people the answer for this answer, and these learnings that they will go through will help them to achieve the goals that they will have. So then it's really important that you remember these two words, that is questions and goals. So inside it, we have these coaching systems. You will see, like, for example, as LCPs, you will receive mostly of all of you will receive coaching from Perfecto. So hello again. We fixed our technical issues. Thank you for keep commenting. I'm seeing like some requests for roll calls or songs, so keep the mood. So as I was saying, the LCP is actually a coach for the entity, for the EV, and maybe you are thinking, okay, but what does it mean? What do I need to do as a coach? And the coaching is actually the art of making questions to help other people through learning and exploration and discovery of new beliefs. These things help them to achieve their goals. So you as a coach, you don't need to go to your EV and say, what do they need to do? Or what do they need to learn? You need to ask them questions for them to figure it out, to think the multiple possible answers for their problems, and through this learning they will understand how to achieve their goals. So it's really important that you remember these two words, that is questions and goals. And inside it we will think also 4 aspects of coaching. The first one is the coach is a truth teller, someone that has honest comments, that it's fighting against the incomplete information, because maybe you will see in your EV that sometimes they don't communicate enough. Then maybe they are afraid of having conflicts inside or facing some issues that is struggling the LC. So you as a coach needs to be the one that brings the honesty to the team. It doesn't mean that you need to be like rude or really direct. You just need to say the truth, and you need to face the situations as they are coming. So at the end, what you will create inside your team, being this truth teller, is a safe place. It's a place where the people can feel like safe being themselves, and because they know that the people will say the truth. Also, a coach needs to be grounded. It's someone that, okay, they can hear a lot of comments, like super positive comments, but at the end of the day, they will know where they are coming from. They will know that they are in a state that is, maybe it's really cool, but they need to keep evolving. You cannot stop. So the coach needs to be grounded and help the rest to do the same. So if you are seeing that maybe, like, for example, your OGV is rocking it and is breaking all the limits and everything is going right, they need to remember where they are coming from. Okay, we need to keep going. We cannot stop like just, okay, I'm on vacations because I'm doing everything fine. And everything's super important is also help them to stay practical and understand and dominate their egos, because it's human. Like, we can even like go through this ego moment of, oh, I'm being the best, but you as LCP, you need to keep challenging them. Even though they are the best ones on the entity, they need to be challenged all the time. Also, mostly your EV will see you as a trustful advisor when they need help to manage. For example, they will need to face a lot of changes mostly. As EV, you will face a lot. So you need to help them to manage them, because sometimes there are people that is more adaptable and people that not. So you need to identify who of your EV or your LC needs the most the help, and you need to provide it. And also, sometimes they will see a lot their area, but they are not really focusing on the rest. They are not seeing the whole perspective that as an LCP you have. So you need to help them to identify this blind spot that they can have and see the organization as a whole. We are not only OGV, but we are an EV. We are OGV, finance, TM. So we are a team. So we need to think as a whole. And the last one is focus lens. Why? Because you will see that mostly there are months that you have a lot of priorities. Like, for example, now in December, the EV currents are facing that they need to continue operations. They need to start things coming. So you as LCP needs to help your EV mostly to focus and concentrate on the things that should be priority. If you are really facing a bad situation, on the things that will give you the best impact, the things that will help you the most to evolve your entity. So when you see your to think which aspect of these four could be your weakness and which your strength. If you think yourself as a truth teller, but maybe you are lacking a little bit of grounded, or you are not that good facing the truth, or maybe you are a little unfocused. So I want you to think about it, about these four aspects, and write it down in the comments so I can read you. Which is your weakness and which will be your strength? Let me see in the comments, what do you think? Ruben is saying that his strength will be truth teller. Cool. It's a really important value. Yes, who else? Eric, trustful advisor, really cool. Ian, focus lens. Really important. Once you notice which will be your strength and your weakness, you can search inside your EV if you are already elect them, which will provide you the other side. Like, for example, if I'm really unfocused person, who will help me to focus? Who will teach me that? Then we have also Allison, strength, focus lens, weakness, truth teller. Eric, focus lens as well. We have a lot of focus lens and also truth teller. So that's cool. That's cool. It's really important that you keep this in mind for your term and you have these conversations with your EV. Like, okay, I know that I can give this to the team. What can you provide? Which will be your contribution, right? And in this sense, you can understand which should be your focus as a like. I need to focus on this to learn. How can I be more truth teller? And if you see in the comments and you know someone, you can approach them like, hey, my strength is this, I can help you, but or my weakness is this, how do you do? How can I do it better? How can I understand better? So yeah, I encourage you to keep talking and exchange these ideas for you to learn a little bit. So in conclusion, something really important that I told you at the beginning is these two words, okay? So anytime that you are facing these things, like with your EV, like you will face a lot of situations, like we cannot even predict the things that you will face as EV, but remember these two words, how you as LCP will provide these spaces, how you will provide the right questions for them to understand their situation, how they will achieve their goals through the learnings that the questions will provide them. Because at the end, something really important is something that I keep saying to my coaches is the LCP don't need to do the things in every area. You as LCP, is not your job to go to OGV and do the approvals. It's not your job because otherwise you will be team leader OGV or team member OGV. The LCP and the core of the role is make the things happen. Ensure that every process, every result, every goal that you want to achieve, it happens through the coaching of your VPs. So I know that sometimes there are some people that are more controlling, others not, but don't go to do the things once you see, because sometimes you will see that the VPs, their performance is going low and you don't need to go and do their things. You need to ask the right questions to ensure why the things are not happening and to help them to go through this like journey to understand why the things are not happening and achieve a next step, reach a point that they understand what do they need to do to make the things happen. But don't go and just do the things. Because at the end, the LCPs are the leaders of the entity, but also they are the coaches. So remember these two words. You need to ask the right questions and drive the entity to achieve their goals, and the things will actually happen. So this is all for my side. Thank you so much to stay here despite all the technical issues and everything. And I don't know if you have any question, you can actually write it down in the comments because we still have 4 minutes left. And if not, it will be everything from my side. Anyone has a question before we leave? Okay. Thank you, Ruben. Sí. Okay, guys. Any advice for focus lens? Okay, so for me, the thing about focus lens is firstly, you need to organize yourself because as you will see that you will have a lot of priorities, maybe in one quarter, there is more things to do. So firstly, have clear which is your routine as LCP. Like for example, every Monday I do this, I have tracking with my VP, I have EV meeting, I have this. Have this organized, and also try to do the same with your VPs. Even though you are not the more focused person ever, you need to help them to do that. If inside your EV there's someone that has this focus lens, use it inside, for example, meetings, because sometimes inside meetings you can actually go to another topic, or you are talking, like for example in my EV we were just talking about a lot of things and losing the point. So we always have one person that was bringing the focus. Actually, it was a role inside the EV meeting. We had someone that controlled the time, and someone that bring the focus, and someone that takes the output. So it's really important that you identify, okay, I'm not the best person in that, but maybe inside my team there is one that can help us with that. But in terms of personality, I recommend you that you organize yourself, and if you are not able to control, like maybe manage your time and everything, ask for help to people that actually understand how to organize their time better. I hope it helps. I don't know if someone has any other question. If not, we will close the session. Great. I think that anyone has more questions? Perfect, guys. So thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed a lot the session, and see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the day. Bye.
Si no Hello, LCPs from America, how are you? Welcome to this amazing session. So, as you know, or if you don't know me, my name is JP. I'm the MCP-PM from ISEC in Mexico, and today we will talk about team management during a pandemic. So, it's a really interesting topic and a really hard topic, to be honest. The management, also the management is something that sometimes is very difficult for us, and now during a pandemic is more complicated. So I'm JP, the MCPTM, and today we will talk about talent management. So to align to you the next session, I will ask very questions. So I hope that you put your answer in the comments. I will read your answers in live to share and to participate more in this session. Okay? So the first question is, what do you think are the challenges tracking a team in a virtual way? In this moment, you are VP and you are LCP elect. So what do you think are the main challenges that you have as a LCP, of course, but also as a VP in your current area that you have in this context? Okay. So I will waiting for you and your answers, please. Okay, Ian tell us that he can create a good engage with the EV, and Eric said like don't taking advantage of the technological tools. It's like some challenges that we have in this current situation. But today I will explain you some hacks about the team management and about the routine that you can create with your EV and the routine that you can take in a better way. Okay, so today we will learn more about team management. Like, it's a really interesting topic and it's a really huge topic, and we can talk for team management like 2 hours or something like that. But the thing is, like, in 1 hour we can learn more about the team management. So the next question to you, or the next the next question to you is like, I want that you think in a perfect team. The perfect team that you when someone asks to you like, tell me your perfect team, you in a quickly way think in this kind of team. Could be like a basketball team or hockey team, football team, like whatever you want, and put in the chat your answer, please. Okay, so share with us your perfect team. Could be like even the, like, I don't know, like university team or something like that. Okay, yeah, like the team bolo in YouTube. Ruben said like everybody is a functional and has a clear role in the team. We have a very communication and so on. Lumari said like my perfect team would be something like the Avengers. Okay, amazing example. Thank you. And Jose said like an engaged productivity and innovative team. Sebastian said like my next Evie. Amazing, good good example, Sebastian. Thank you. So as you can see, everyone has like the has and have like the perfect team for everyone, and it's different for everyone because everyone are searching different things for your next EVs. Okay, so when you think in high performance team, you think in a lot of metrics and in a lot of examples to put a high performance team. Okay, but I will put like one example. Exists a lot of examples about a high performance team, but always that everyone asks to me like say one high performance team. I always put this example, and this example is like a soccer team, the Barcelona soccer team, like 2008, I think, 2010. And the curious thing about this team is like in 1 year, they won everything. Like they participate in a 6 or 7 tournaments and won everything. Every tournament that they play, every tournament they won. Okay, so exist a lot of papers and a lot of news about this team and the performance and the results and the records and everything. Okay, but one of them even exists like one book and talk only about the football club Barcelona. And exist a lot of examples of high performance team, but I think that this team share 5 interesting things that every high performance team needs to have. Okay, so what does these teams have in common? I put like 5 examples or 5 KPIs or 5 metrics that these kind of teams have in common. Okay, so the first one is like a personal purpose. Every team and everyone in this team and in every team has a personal purpose. The main reason, for example, in my MC, the main reason that I work in a TM and I work for the people is very different to the personal purpose that my MCVP IGB has, and it's so different like my MCP purpose has. So everyone has a different purpose. For example, my purpose is provide to the membership all the education, the development to improve their professional and personal lives, for example. Okay, so the personal purpose of my MCVP BXP is very different to me, and everyone is very different. But the interesting thing is the next. Like every high performance team needs to have a shared vision. Okay, like everyone has a personal purpose. It's cool. It's like the fluffy sentence or the fluffy purpose that everyone wake up and fight for this kind of purpose. But the second one is the shared vision, and that means that every team has one goal or 2 goals or 3 goals or like a big purpose to reach. For example, in my MC, we want to provide all the personal professional development for everyone, for our EPs and for our members. Like we want to reach this kind of goal, and we working for that, and we work for fulfill this kind of goals. But everyone understand that everyone has like different responsibilities and different JDs and different KPIs, different metrics, different personal purpose, but we working and we fight for one shared vision. Okay, the next KPI, if you want to see in this kind of metric, the next KPI is accountability. Everyone needs to be accountable. Why? Because the accountability means that everyone is responsible for one JD and for one job and for one work. That means that if you are the MCVP TM, you are responsible for some decision in terms of membership. If you are MCVP, I don't know, example at local level. If you are LCP, you are responsible for some KPIs, for some metrics, and your BPTM is responsible for some decision in terms of membership. Your BP Finance is responsible for some decisions in terms of finance and financial health. Your BP, I don't know, your BP's OP are responsible, of course, for the achievement and for the realization and these kind of examples, okay? But everyone needs to be accountable with all the EB, with all the managed team, okay? Because if you are accountable, it's more easy that everyone give you inputs and you can improve your results and you can improve your JD and you can improve yourself. But imagine that in a EV meeting, you present your results, your back office present the results, and the VP OP, the VP OGB or the VP IGB don't want to present results because it's different, because your VP don't want, because your VP forgot put the presentation, the PPT or whatever. Imagine that if this kind of examples happen, of course, all the EV don't know the main objectives and the main results that we are hope about the VPIEB, for example. So this is the main reason that everyone needs to be accountable. The next one is ownership. And ownership means that everyone needs to feel the responsibility in every task in their JD, okay? For example, if I am the BPTM of one LC, like I need to feel the responsibility to implement my RnR program, to implement my recruitment in a good timeline, to implement my keep strategies. But also, if I BPIGB from another LC, I need to feel the ownership about my projects, about host family, about the pickups of the trainees, about the sales with the organizations, with the NGOs, and of course, for example, the pickups and the sales and everything is a shared responsibility, but the final responsible is the VPIGB. For example, in some LCs, they have something that is called LC minimums, and you will have for the next semester, for example, 100 pickups, but every member needs to go to at least like 3 or 4 pickups. Of course, the responsibility and the ownership is of the LCVP IGB, but it's a shared task, a shared responsibility. But the final responsible and the owner of this kind of project is the VP IGB. And your VP IGB needs to understand this kind of metrics. And every VP needs to understand the main matrix, okay? So the next one is the routine. Everyone needs to have a routine because it's so important. Imagine that you, like LCP, every month, and not only every month, every day and every week, work in a lot of projects, in a lot of, I don't know, in a lot of tasks. For example, of course, during the realization peak, you will put your attention in the realization peak, okay? But also, you can work in another task and in another jobs. For example, you can track the recruitment process, but your priority is the realization peak. So imagine that your VPs don't have a routine. Of course, they don't have a focus. And if they don't have a focus to work, they don't have like a timeline. And if they don't have a timeline, of course, they don't have how performance in a better way. This is the main importance about the routine, because the routine is so important to improve the results, to have ownership, to have more accountability, and to have clarity in terms of shared vision and personal purpose. This is the main importance in terms of routine. And how can I manage my EV in a better way? Okay, I will explain you some hacks that I was looking in some papers and in my personal experience and with the people that I think is very good in terms of manage a team. So I will explain you this kind of hacks in this session, and I hope that are very useful for you. Okay, the first one, and this is a personal opinion, and yes, I know that I am the MCBPTM, but the first one is like, you need to understand that the team standards only are a guideline, not a holy book or something like that. Okay, you as a LCP needs to implement team standards, and it's so important implement it. Why? Because if you implement team standards, it's more easy that you can manage a team in a easier way or in a better way. Okay, this is the main importance to implement team standards. And we have like 3 phases of team standards: building, performing, closing, and everyone knows, or I hope that everyone knows the phases of the team standards. But my first advice for you is the team standards only are a guideline, not a holy book. Not if you implement team standards, you can ensure that you will reach your goals, or you can ensure that you will reach a good retention rate or something like that. It's more easy, but it's not the only path that we have to reach our goals. So as you know, we have 3 phases of team standards: building, performing, and closing. But it's so important that this kind of standards you can implement in with your EV. Why? Because, for example, in terms of building, you have like 3 objectives if you want to see in this kind of way. You have team creation, you have team plan, and you have individual plan. These are the base of all your EV term and all your LCP term. If you put a really good basis in terms of values, in terms of responsibilities, in terms of functional skills, core competence, if you explain the JD for every VP that you have, if you create a good budget, if you create a good team development plan, if you create a personal development plan for your EV, of course, it's more easy that everyone are aligned. And if everyone are aligned, it's more easy reach these 5 of examples: the personal purpose, the shared vision, the accountability, the ownership, and the routine. Why? Because you put the rules of the game at the beginning of the term. This is the main importance in terms of building, and is the main importance that your VPs need to implement with their teams. Okay, this is one of the most important things in terms of team standards. Of course, we can talk like 1 hour only for team standards, but it's not the main topic. You can go to these kind of resources. You can learn the team standards, are very, very easy. You only need to read, you need to understand, and later you need to implement. Like if you have doubts, if you have questions about team standards, of course you can approach your MCBPTM in your entity. You can approach me if you want, but remember, team standards are a guideline, not a holy book. And I want that you have this kind of mindset for all your term. It's important, the implementation, of course, like it's very important, but not is the only way. Okay, so team standards help us to track in a better way our teams. And I will present you some hacks or some different advices for you. Are divided in 3 steps. Okay, so the first one is the communication. Okay, and in this part of the session, I will talk about remote communication. Okay, and in terms of remote communication, like of course in ISEC, like before the pandemic, we have like many virtual touch points or many virtual communication with the, for example, at MC level with the BOP, or at LC level with your TLs, with your TMs. Okay, like we have, yes, the physical events or the physical touch points, but we have also the virtual touch points. But during the pandemic, we are learning more about the remote communication, and I was searching some information about the best companies in terms of remote communication, and I was found Automatic. Automatic are the owners of Prezi, for example, and they are the owners of more or less like the 30% of all the websites in the world. And they are experts in remote communication. Why? Because they have like more than 1,100 employees, and these employees are in more than 75 countries, and they never have a physical office. Okay, so they work since the beginning and are with remote communication and in a virtual office. Okay, so the main tips or hacks that Automatic said to everyone is like they put 5 steps to reach the nirvana in the remote communication. Okay, so I will start with the base of this kind of examples. I will explain you like the worst routine to the best routine. Okay, so the first one and the first situation in some teams, like they don't have direction for remote work. Okay, the step number 5 and the more far step is that the teams, they don't have a direction for remote work. They have a lack of know-how in terms of protocols, guidelines, how can manage the productivity, how can manage the meetings. Like they don't have anything, and it's a lot of teams in Americas, not only in ISEC. Think outside ISEC. A lot of teams don't have a clear routine in terms of remote communication. Okay, then level number 4 is like one of the most common mistakes. Like the people think and the leader of the team think that the remote work is the same that the traditional office. Okay, like you need to be available between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for example, and they used to have a lot of meetings, like really a lot of meetings. Some teams in ISEC are in the step number 4. Okay, like to be honest, like some of us really sometimes put a lot of meetings, and we hope that everyone are available at the same time that us. Like it's very complicated. Okay, more in the remote communication. Okay, the step number 3 is like the teams that start with another ways or with new ways to communicate. For example, these kind of teams use Slack or use WhatsApp for reminders and to have a faster communication. Like these kind of teams are working to improve their routine in terms of communication, and of course in terms of remote communication. They can manage the communication with another tools, with another resources like Slack, like shared calendar or WhatsApp. Okay, the second level of this kind of steps, or the second level, talks about that they have flexible working hours. Okay, because they think, or this team think, that you can have a easier communication if you are flexible with the working hours. Everyone has a different working hours productivity, and this means that, for example, my hours of productivity is like, for example, like to 7 p.m. until like 10 p.m. Okay, like this is my hours of productivity. But for example, for my MCP IGB, maybe he can be more productivity in the morning to 6 a.m. until 11 a.m. for example, and it's very normal. But when you as a LCP understand that we can have flexible working hours in terms of your EV and in terms of your teams, you can improve a lot the way that you are having remote communication. Okay, and the first level of this kind of topics are the teams that they are able to start every project in a virtual way. That means that they don't have any physical meeting, or they don't have any physical meeting all the project, and at the beginning of the project start in a virtual way. They can be more productivity, even more than in a physical way, and they have the know-how to implement and track some projects in a remote communication. So you need to understand, you and your EV, if you have like a EV elected or if you have a EV current, you need to think and understand in what level you are as a team. Like my team are in the level number 5, my team are in the level number 4, 3, 2, or 1. You need to understand this kind of metrics and this kind of levels to improve your routine. Okay. The second topic, and it's very important, the second topic in terms of how can I improve and manage in a better way my team are the routine. Okay. And the routine is, or that means that you need to be more productive. Okay. JP, how can I improve my productivity? So first one, put in the chat like your advices, your recommendations, your hacks to be more productive, and share with everyone that are attending this kind of session. Okay, so put your comments and put your hacks, and I will share with everyone. So the main idea is that you can put the main advices or the main things that you can share with all the LCPs. Okay, like Maria Robservi says, like they put in calendar everything, like everything that she needs to do with their team, she put in calendar. Sebastian say like tracking of BPs. Eric say like be organized, having an agenda. Okay. And Estefania say like have an agenda with the things that you need to do in a specific day. Okay, thank you everyone for share with us. If you have more advices, please put in the chat. But I will present some themes that are very useful for me and for some people that I think that are very good manage their time. Okay, but how can you be more productivity? It's very simple. First one, I will present 7 hacks or 7 advices for you. Okay. The first one is that you need to plan your week every Sunday. In the morning or in the afternoon, you need to plan your next week. Okay. So the next Sunday, plan your next week. Why? Because if you start your week, like for example, in the Monday, you wake up and take breakfast and something like that, and later start with your week, you have clarity in the things that you need to do. And it's so different because you have more time. Imagine that you wake up like in the Monday, take breakfast, and later go to start your week, and you need to put like 1 hour or 1 hour and a half or more time to create your agenda for the week. So the main idea that you can create and plan your week every Sunday is like you have more time to implement, and in the Monday you can have more time to implement the main ideas and the main projects that you need to do. Okay, and the second one is that plan weekly, monthly, and bi-monthly objectives. Okay, you have like every week, sometimes are very different for everyone. For example, for some of us, it's more easy put objectives in a weekly way. And weekly, bi-weekly, we are tracking our objectives, and it's easy for us. But maybe for another people, it's more easy put monthly objectives, and in the month they track every month like the main objectives. Okay. For me, for example, it's very difficult because I'm more I don't know. I think that I work in a better way if I put weekly objectives. Okay, but it's very different for everyone. The main thing is that you need to create the routine to put weekly, monthly, bi-monthly objectives objectives, because in this kind of routine you can have clarity about the short, medium and long term vision. Okay, so if you have put this kind of objectives, you can have more clarity in terms of short and medium vision. The third thing, or the third advice, is that always have a notebook and a pen for ideas, for inputs, for everything. It's very important, and it's a personal tip that maybe can help you a lot to improve your productivity. For example, some days I have in a meeting, or I have in a call, or I have in like working in the computer, and I have an idea, and this idea I put in my notebook. Okay, because for me it's more easy explain my ideas if I have a notebook and I put all my ideas in a notebook. It's more easy for me than put in a computer or in a notes in the Mac, for example. It's very different for me. For me it's more easier put the ideas in a notebook, and later I can present. Or even in the meetings, for example, in the MC meetings, always I have a notebook and a pen, and I put all the advices, feedbacks, and everything in my notebook, because it's more easy for me build an idea and present that put in the computer. So it's a really recommendation, and we learn more, like even we learn like 30% more if you put your ideas in the notebook than in the computer. So this is a personal tip that maybe could be very useful for you. Okay, the number 4 is like a find a schedule without interruptions. Okay, that means that in this kind of times, in this kind of hours, you have the possibility to have like 0 interruptions. Okay, like could be 2 hours, 3 hours, but in this kind of time, you are very productive. So for example, like for me, my productive hours are like to 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. and in this kind of time, like I don't schedule meetings, I don't attend calls, I don't attend anything, because it's the time that it's very useful for me for working in my projects. Okay, for example, maybe you can find this kind schedule in the morning, in the afternoon, but this kind of hours means that you aren't available for anyone. You are working your projects, you are working your personal things, but also this kind of schedule is without interruptions. Okay, the tip number 5 is schedule meetings outside of your productivity time. That means like the advice number 4, or the hack number 4, you need to put like meetings outside of this time, and also you only, that is the number 6, you only attend the crucial meetings and put an agenda. For example, if you put like meetings all the time, that is this something that it's happened every time in ISEC. In ISEC we love the meetings, and we love put a meeting for everything, really for everything. Like we need to change this kind of culture, because the meetings use a lot of time of our day and of our agendas. And some hack, if you need to have like a lot of meetings, try that every topic in the meeting has a duration between 7 minutes until 10 minutes. Okay, because it's the time that your brain and the brain of everyone could be more productivity in terms to give ideas, to give inputs. And always you need to have an agenda in every meeting. If you don't have an agenda, the meeting that you put like 1 hour could have a duration of 2 or 3 hours. Okay, and you need to respect every time of the meeting. If you put like the meeting only 1 hour, you need to respect 1 hour. You can extend this kind of meeting, because it's very hard to everyone attend more time because the people of course plan the day and plan their agendas. Okay, so be respectful for everyone. And the last hack, it's very interesting, but it's very, like, if you want to see in this kind like old, but it's very useful, and it's like use the Pomodoro technique. And this technique means that you it's explaining in this PPT, in this slide, only with five steps, okay? But it's so easy. Why? Because the first one is that you need to decide the task or the main task that you need to do, okay? The second one is that you put a timer for 25 minutes, okay? When you put the timer, the next one, the third step, is like you work on the task until the timer rings, like 25 minutes, and you will have after that you will have a break, a short break, like to 5 minutes, okay? And when you repeat this kind of routine 4 times, you have you have take a break between 15 and 13 minutes, okay? This technique, it's very useful for concentration and for productivity, and to be more productive in every task and in every project that you work. It's the main importance in terms of productivity, like one of the best advices that I can give for you, okay? And the number three, in terms of how can I manage a team in a better way, are these 6 simple rules for smart simplicity, okay? This is a technique that we have to use in some works that I have the opportunity to work, and that kind of rules are the next, okay? So first of all, you need to understand that we have 2 pillars of management, okay? We have the hard pillar and we have the soft pillar. The first one is in terms of structure, process, systems, and metrics. Of course, you as a leader, as an LCP, as an CEO, you need to have clarity in everything in terms of hard pillars of management, okay? Like you need to understand the structure of every area, you need to understand the process of every area, the process between areas, the synergy in the areas. You need to understand the systems, you need to understand the website, Google Drive, Expa, Podio, wherever system that you use. And you need to understand the metrics and the KPIs for everyone, okay? That means the hard structure, the hard pillar of management. And the soft pillar of management, that means that you need to put a really attention in the feelings, in the interpersonal relationships, and in the traits that every one of your team has. Like, it's very different, and you as a LCP needs to know, like, it's very different the way that you communicate with your VP, that he is very fluffy and very sentimental, that the way that you communicate with your VP, that could be like she is very practical and she is very directly, for example, okay? So you need to understand the main ways to communicate with every one of your VPs. Maybe with one VP you can talk a lot in terms of structure, in terms of better process, in terms of better communication, in terms of better hacks to implement in the area. And maybe with another VP you need to talk first of all of their feelings, or you need to talk about the emotions that she or he is feeling, because it's very different. And if you try to talk only in terms of a structure, process, systems, your VP could be like feel disappointed, or feel like doesn't matter the feelings that your VP has. So this is the main idea and the main topic that you need to understand in terms of soft pillar of management, okay? And when you understand this kind of pillars, we can go to the to the another six rules for smart simplicity. Okay, and what does mean this kind of rules? Okay, the first rule talk about that you need to understand what your people do. Okay, in the session that we were talking about leading TM, I talked to you the importance to understand the main things that you can that it's very important that you need to understand the main role of your BPTM. Okay, but today I will explain you the main idea and the main necessity that you have and the main responsibility that you have to understand the role of everyone, of your BPs, of your TLs, of your TMs. You need to understand what your people do, but you need to go beyond that, the JDs, boxes, process. You need to understand like and pay attention here, like it's not that you remember everything, but you need to understand like the main feelings, you need to understand like the main routines, you need to understand the main synergies, you need to understand the main routine, the main objectives that everyone has. Okay, and it's so important because of course the job descriptions are very important and give a direction and give a guideline to everyone, but you as a LCP needs to go beyond that, only the JDs and only the 9-box matrix or something like that. It's important for you because it's more easy to track like your BPs, and for your BPs will be more easy to track their TLs, and for your TLs will be more easier to track the TMs. It's simple and it's part of the process and it's part of the routine and everything, but you need to understand the really feeling that your members has in terms of communication, routine, synergy, and everything. Okay, this is the first rule for smart simplicity. The second one is that you need to reinforce integrators. And what does mean integrators, JP? The integrators mean that are the people that of course always are working in a better way, and of course always they want to improve themselves and they want to improve every process, every routine, every challenge. Like for example, think in the member that when you present some strategy, when you present some change, when you present like some new project, is the member that always raise their hand and say like, oh, I love this kind of project, we can improve a lot, like I have these ideas, we can improve like in this channel or in this channel and wherever. Like is the people that improve to you and that go to you in everything, in every project. And if you want to see in another way, they can call like the promoters of the organization, but not only of the organization. They are the promoters of the projects, of the synergies, of the change management, of the everything. Always they are in the first step and say for everything yes. Okay, so the integrators are not only the TLs or the TMs, needs to be the EV. Why the EV, JP? Because the EV, imagine like a company. Of course, every company has like the CEO, the HR director, the marketing director, the sales director, like everything. And imagine that the CEO and the HR manager create a new project, okay? Like, I don't know, the new project for RnR. Let me put an example. When I was working in L'Oreal, like the HR director and the CEO, I think that was the CEO, create a new project that is like a RnR project to fulfill some courses about marketing and some trainings about marketing, and this kind of project are aligned with the RnR program. Okay, so we create this kind of project, and of course the first roles to implement, and not only to implement, the most important thing, to promote the project, to promote and say to everyone, are you registered for this kind of projects? were the leaders of every team, the marketing director, the finance director, the HR director, like the leaders of the organization were the first ones to promote the projects and to promote the changes. So of course, if you are like a baby intern like me, and the leaders are promoting some trainings or some projects, of course you feel the engaged, and of course you feel the yes, you feel engaged, and you want to collaborate, and you want to participate. So now imagine in a local level, if you create a new project with your BP.PM and with your BP Finance, with your Power Corner, for example, and imagine that is the better project to change the financial culture and the LC culture in your LC. It's the perfect project. Like imagine the perfect project. And when you present with the rest of your EV don't promote, your EV don't give reminders to their teams to register to the project or something like that. So the best project are not working because the leaders of your LC are not promoting this kind of projects. But imagine that you have like a good project. Like it's not the better project, but it's a good project, okay? And exist like 100 better projects for that the yours, okay? But you present with your EV, and your EV say like, oh, amazing, like it's a good project, we can improve in this, in this, in this, I will downscale with my team, like, and every VP downscale this kind of project with their teams, okay? Of course, this kind of project be more successful because everyone promote the project, everyone participate in the project, but the most important thing, the leaders of your LC are promoting the project and are promoting everything. It's not only with the projects, it's also with the virtual conferences, it's also with the onboarding phase, it's also with the campaigns for marketing, with the referrals campaigns. Your EV needs to be the first one to promote this kind of projects and everything, because your members and the members are following the leaders. Imagine when you was like a newbie. Like when you was a newbie, of course you don't understand a lot of things. Like when I was a newbie, I don't understand a lot of things, a lot of process, a lot of areas, a lot of changes, the RnR program. Like I don't understand a lot of things. But when my VP talks about the importance of one project, or when my VP talks about the importance to go to a conference, or my VP talks about the importance to participate in the recruitment phase, I did it. Why? Because if my leader said, and if my leader participate in this kind of projects, of course, I say like, okay, he has more experience in ISEC, I will follow him, okay? This is the main important thing in terms of that your EV needs to be the main integrators in everyone. And you need to put a collaboration as a pillar of your LC. In terms of culture and in terms of LC culture, the collaboration are very important for everyone. And it's not only in terms of synergy. Of course, the synergy is very important. But for example, imagine that a TM create a local and internal campaign to get more host family. Like we know that it's is one of the responsibilities of the BPIGB. But imagine that if your LC has this kind of culture in terms of collaboration, your BPTM create this kind of plan, and also your BPT and also your BP Finance create like a risk matrix in terms of host family, and also your BPB2C create a campaign in terms of how can we recruit some host families for with our EPs and with our referrals and with our leads. Of course, the final responsible is the BPTM, and of course the BPIEB, and of course the BPIEB has like a lot of projects and has a lot of responsibilities. But imagine this kind of projects if every BP and if every member has a collaboration culture. Is the main topic that you need to put and implement in your LC. The collaboration like is a new normal. Okay. So the third rule is like you need to increase the total quantity of power, and that means that you need to understand the importance of delegate, the importance of empowering others, and the importance to be accountable. Okay, this is the third rule, and your people needs to take the risk. Okay, your BPs needs to take the risk, your TLs and your TMs also. And you need to understand that in this kind of risk and in this kind of, if you delegate, your TMs and your TLs and also your VPs will make mistakes, okay? Because it's normal. Your membership are learning about a lot of things, and they will be they will make mistakes, okay? And it's normal because remember that the way that we as a ISEC develop the people is through the model 70-20-10, okay? And that model, it's very simple and talks about like we develop everyone, the 70% of the development of everyone are in the practical experience, in the day and day. And for example, if I am a team member of sales, like my development will be in terms of sales meeting, in terms of talking to a partner, in terms of everything. So of course I will make mistakes, but I will learn. When the moment when I learn, I can be more productive and I can be a better profile. Okay, the 20% it's in terms of the guideline and the mentoring that the leader gives to the member or give to the TL. So this is the importance to implement team standards, for example, like this kind of mentoring of coaching that you can implement as a leader to your team. Okay, and the last 10%, that means that is all the formal education. For example, the summits, the national education cycles, the local education cycles, the national conference, the local conference. This for example, CO Summit, it's part of only the 10% of your development as a LCP. So you need to understand that your people needs to take the risk to improve the results, to make mistakes, and to learn in the experience. Okay, and the fourth rule is like you need to extend a real feedback spaces. Okay, you need to increase the communication channels with your board, with your board of leaders, with your VPs, with your EB, and with your TMs. You need to understand that the people that make the approvals, that make the internships, understand maybe in a better way the necessities of the EPs, of the main struggles or the main bottlenecks. So you need to hear your teams. You need to create a real feedback spaces to implement this kind of rule. And it's so easy. You need to increase the communication channels. So it's another rule or another behavior, not rule, another behavior that you need to implement in your LC term. Communication, and the last one, you need communication and collaboration are the most important topics in terms of a LC culture. Like you need to understand the importance of the communication and collaboration to improve the results of everyone. Okay, so you need to increase the total quantity of power, and you need to increase and deliver a real feedback spaces for your members, for your EB, for you, for everyone in your LC. Like everyone in your LC needs to feel the freedom to express their emotions and to express their main feelings to improve. Okay, and the last one is like you need to understand and you need to increase the reciprocity and you need to reward it. Okay, why? because remember that we are a people organization and we need to increase like this kind of behaviors to achieve more. You need to increase this kind of values and reward this kind of values, because if you reward one behavior or one value, the membership understand that that is very important for everyone, and they do the same. Okay, and this is the main things in terms of smart simplicity. And remember that if you give orders, you are the final responsible for this kind of order. So remember that in this organization we are a people organization and everyone is responsible for every project. So if you give orders, you will be the final responsible, and you don't want to be the final responsible like for 5, 6 or 7 areas, or like for 10 or 20 projects. So you need to understand that you need to delegate. You need to trust in your people, you need to trust in your LC, and your LC will make mistakes. Of course they will have, and a lot of mistakes, but it's the only way to improve themselves and to improve the culture in your LC. Okay, so if you have any doubt of if you have of if you need help in some project or something like that, you can approach me. I'm JP, your MCVP-TM of ISEC in Mexico, and I hope that you enjoy this session and see you in the next session. Okay, so see you later and enjoy your day. Bye bye.
Sere bele 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 ile bele bele yembe ananana ananana. Yo que tanto te quería, yo que tanto te adoraba, y al final yo comprendí que tú eres candela brava. Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Dicen que el amor y el interés se fueron al campo un día, pues más pudo el interés, mi amor, que el amor que te tenía.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Ya no te quiero más, echa pa' allá caridad. Contigo a mi lado morena, contigo no quiero nada.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Dale, Quiere Belén, 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 y la Belén, Belén, y en Belén, ananana, ananana, ananana. Yo que tanto te quería, yo que tanto te adoraba, y al final yo comprendí que tú eres candela brava. Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Dicen que el amor y el interés se fueron al campo un día, pues más pudo el interés, mi amor, que el amor que te tenía.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Ya no te quiero más, echa pa' allá caridad. Contigo a mi lado morena, contigo no quiero nada.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente
Hello, Americas. How are you doing in this like amazing fourth day of OPBDCO Everything Summit? Guys, I'm really excited because I have an important announcement to do. And because like every other big announcement, I promise you it will be short, but you should be really excited. So if the rest of your entity is not here, call them, tell them like, dude, you need to come right away. And these guys, this is a random cool slide to build expectations. Exactly. Can you see like how cool is it because of the colors and all the effects and everything cool that is happening between? Look at the sphere and the circle. I know. Okay, guys, so if you don't remember who I am by this point at the summit, my name is Elena. I'm your regional manager, entity development toward attempt 2021. And another random fact about me that you should know is that I'm an introvert who can pass by as an extrovert. Another thing that you should know is that I got chosen to present this space because I'm funny. Aha. Last year when I was MCP, my MC told me that I wasn't funny, but aha, dreams come true. And another thing that you should know is that Tipe was busy, so that's why also I got nominated as the funny Mexican from my team. So God help us. But no, guys, for sure, this will be a cool space, I promise you. And now, because again, this is an extra special space, I want us to see a video. Thank you so much, Osmar, for the sticker. Guys, so how cool was that video? I mean, I know you can tell me in the comments, but also because I'm bad with technology and I'm not gonna great review in the chat, here's another way in which you can also like let me know how it was it. So now you can go to this link that you can see. So it's foldf.com/Elena Lopez 685, and you can go and let me know in real time how do you feel about the video. So let's go, Virnia, Kevin, Osmar, Sitamar. Who else do we have here? Gabs, Laura. Laura has been since the beginning. So go to the link and let us know, was the video great? Was it cool? Was it nah? Or have you seen better? You can be totally honest. It will only be recorded on YouTube for all eternity. Okay, so Miguel says cool. Yeah, cool. Most people say cool. But Kevin was saying very cool. So I don't know, Kevin, if you can also, it was great. No, let's go back to cool. Okay, so it wasn't that great. It happens, people, it happens. Cool again. Okay, now I have a second question for all of you guys. Let me just check. Don't leave the link. Okay, my second question is, how much cooler would that video have been if it has included a reggaeton song? Yeah, okay. So do you strongly agree that that video would have been much, much cooler if it had a reggaeton song? Do you only agree? Do you disagree? Or do you strongly disagree? You may not have catch it, but I put a strongly agree with a rabbit because Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, you can sponsor me. Awesome. So most people are agreeing. Some people are strongly disagreeing. So in case you didn't know, so far this video was about launching the new rewards and recognition campaign. I know it's going to be amazing. AI prepare it. It's going to be a global one. So for my next question is like, okay, what should AI, aka ISEC International, do next? Should it run like the whole competition, or should it just give the prize to Americas? So of course, yes, we deserve it, or top one, baby. Of course, yeah. Yes, top one, baby. Awesome, people. Okay, and then my very last question, guys, this one is not for me, this is for a friend, but how long should you wait before calling somebody after a date? Hashtag serious questions. So you can just put like the word that you want to. Just please don't curse, because this will be like, say, 1 hour. Okay, yeah. 0 seconds, nice. Very straightforward. 1 minute. Text him now. Okay, I will tell my friend, who's clearly not me. 1 day, bye. Okay, so far, like 1 minute is like the most voted answer. The other person is to call you. Okay. Awesome. Some person was like extra honest. I like it. Thank you, Americas. Well, people, you have been great. And like I told you, we were launching a rewards and recognition campaign that is ISEC and Beyond campaign. But you may be worrying, Elena, what is ISEC and Beyond campaign? Well, let's start about, yeah, what is it? Well, first of all, this is Millie as a potato, as you can clearly see. But second of all, is our rewards recognition, because we want to engage, recognize, and reward the whole network. I know, so excited. So the Connect ISEC 2020 culture statements to everyday actions that will shape the mind of every ISECer to act and live the present in a way that shapes right the future, which is why our rewards and recognition campaign is aligned to these like 3 statements, and it's all about the Gen 2025 generation. Sorry, a little bit repetitive. So you might have already seen some posts about ISEC and Beyond campaign in all the social media of ISEC International, especially on Instagram, because the first phase of this whole rewards and recognition was the engagement. And as you guys already know, in Americas, we are really good at engagement. This is a true story about Millie. And I don't know, she was like guessing your future based on an emoji. It was really cool. I tried to send one, but I wasn't on time. I don't know, like when I saw the stories, she was already not longer like providing her services as a fortune teller, which is really sad. But the point is that we are great at engagement. And I think International is also great because they have a lot of CDRs and GSTs and all those fancy positions that you can apply to. But now the second phase of this whole rewards and recognition, it's starting, people. Okay, so like I was saying, that we want to recognize and reward all those entities, every single one of you for all your work during the first semester of 2021. And this, guys, is not just any award. This is the award of all the awards. This is the award that all the awards dreamed to be since they were small. This is the Global Awards. I know, the name is like super exciting and super original. We all know it and we all love it. Okay, so what is the timeline for the campaign? So the first thing that you should know is that all the data that we will take account for the rewards and recognition, aka the global campaign and the global rewards, will be from August of 2020 to January 2021. And the launch is today. I know, so excited. I don't know, you too. Okay, so when will you have to do your application as an entity? You will have to do it on the 1st of February, and then we will recognize you during the Leadership Congress of 2021. Now, guys, let's talk about the rules. I'm really proud of that joke. Okay, so the rules and the criteria are the following. Like I was telling you, we will take the data that goes from August to January, and you will have to make your application from February and be recognized at the leadership conference. All entities applying can be recognized during the leadership conference, but you need to be a full member. So make sure that you have like everything that you need to GDPR, let's pay that debt, we can do it, people, we can do it. And the awards will be announced during the gala night of the TLC, aka the leadership conference. Now for the categories, well, first one, we have the PEDE category. The second category for our prizes are the PIPE category. Then we have the FISHA award. And one of my personal favorite ones, we have the CAMI award. No, just kidding. We have On the Present, Shape the Future, Lead the Change, and Gen 2025. Okay, so for On the Present, what are the things that you need to take into account? Well, the first one is your GTA performance. Later on, you need your GTE performance, your VP performance, and entity collaboration. But here's also another tricky part. Your GB performance will only take account after you fill all your GB conditions. So for example, if I just fill all my GB conditions by, let's just say September, all the exchanges that will be taken into account for this price will be the ones from September. So go and fill those minimums. Then for the Shape of Future category, we have human resources, finance and legality, business developing, and marketing. Later on, we have Lead the Change, and with this one, we will take into account engagement of ISEC, network engagement, entity control board. And last but not least, we have Gen 2025. So for this one, that Gen 2025's first place includes all overall metrics, and Gen 2025 includes all overall metrics besides exchanges and all the initiatives and GCPs. Why? Because we want to like recognize those entities that in the current context are capable to make exchanges and those ones that are not. But wait, people, if you thought the explanation was way too fast, we have something for all your bendiciones. Bendiciones is the Spanish word for blessings, aka your entities. Because we want to also recognize your local committees on their second semester for 2021, and this will happen on a regional level. So welcome to the regional awards for your local committees. So the timeline is pretty much the same. You can see it, August to January. The launch is today as well. Then you have to apply for February, and you will be recognized during the TLC. That's why it's the leadership conference, because it's super big and everything is happening on the very same time. Okay, the data frame is the same, but the thing is that in order for you to get the prize as an LC, your MC must endorse you. Okay, so you need to have like an LC application can be considered in order for this campaign. Later on, like I told you, you will be recognized in the leadership conference, and all the committees that applies can be recognized, nominated, and the final winner will be announced in the gala. So the campaigns categories are pretty similar, but are not exactly the same as the one for the entities. So in here, we also have the FEDE award. Well, we also have the Jair award. My all-time favorite, we have the Elena award. What's up? And we also have the Vinia award. I'm really proud of myself for getting that sticker. No, just kidding. It's also On the Present, Shape the Future, Lead the Change, and Gen 2025. So the metrics are all the same, but just like to keep in mind on the focus, like I was saying, On the Present is all about we take full responsibility for what happened in the past and brought us where we are today. Shape the Future is all about believing that we are creators of our future and we're not afraid to take actions to shape it. Lead the Change is about the fact that we understand that in order to progress to happen, each of us needs to lead the change. And then we have the Gen 2025 award, because it's our responsibility of each and every one of us. Like I was saying, all the metrics are the same, and you can go later on, you will have the output and the booklet if you want to go like more in deep to each category, because I know that I was making a lot of jokes and going really fast. And I know that one of the entities of America can win it. Why? Because yes, we're the top one region, but what makes us the top one regions is that we're always striving for excellence. It's that passion that we feel about doing the things better and that changing our context through ISEC is the fact that we have a super clear why, and how do we have to canalize all that energy. And yes, when you ask to anybody from the global network, they will tell you that ISEC in Americas is passionate. And yes, we are super competitive. But that's the thing that I really love about Americas, is how we have like all these nameless heroes that are willing to make the extra effort and go the extra mile in order to put like their committees and their entities in the highest place of all. And that's why Americas is top one. So people, go to AI's Instagram, go and check all the material that we will have later from December the 1st to later on. And make sure that you stay in contact, make sure that you're applying on February the 1st. And if you have any questions, you can always contact me, contact anybody from AI. And thank you so much, people, for staying with us, for putting up with the day 4 of the conference, to be like so patient and so participating on the poll everywhere. Please rate us, give us a comment, put us an overrate, sponsor us, hello, Bad Bunny, all that kind of stuff. And thank you so much, guys, for your time and your attention.
Yo que tanto te quería, yo que tanto te adoraba, y al final yo comprendí que tú eres candela brava. Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Contigo nada que ver, contigo nada que ver. Normalmente ya se acabó el querer.
Dicen que el amor y el interés se fueron al campo un día, pues más pudo el interés, mi amor, que el amor que te tenía.